A large-scale offensive and invasion was launched from the Gaza Strip against Israel on October 7, 2023. The Israel versus Palestine conflict, 2023, was started by the Palestinian militant group, who was led by Hamas. After the Arab-Israeli War, which was fought in 1948, this Israel versus Palestine conflict is the first direct Israel-Gaza conflict, which is being fought within Israel's boundaries. The militant group broke the barrier of Gaza-Israel and forcefully entered the Israeli settlements and military installations via the Gaza border crossing. Opposition began in the daybreak by vehicle-transported foray into Israel territory and rocket barrage in opposite to Israel. Multiple attacks were done in Israel military bases and Israeli civil communities surroundings. Hello, welcome to my channel, and make sure to subscribe, like, and share.
At a time when events far beyond our borders have left us shaken and deeply troubled, the escalation of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict lays bare the devastation and suffering that results when international rules-based order is disregarded. We are deeply concerned about the targeting of civilians, the destruction of homes, the displacement of thousands of people, the deprivation of basic services, and the denial of access to humanitarian aid. South Africa has called for the urgent cessation of hostilities to avoid further carnage and for favorable conditions for a dialogue to be created. We have reaffirmed our support for a viable Palestinian state existing side by side with Israel and within the 1967 internationally accepted borders. We are all too aware that failure to fully implement various UN resolutions and decisions have played a major role in the resurgence of hostilities. As countries that ascribe to the tenets of progressive internationalism, we remain firm on our commitment to a world free from violence, conflict, misery, and want. We must do what we can to support reconciliation and peace all over the world, and particularly in that part of our world. We are playing our part in combating terrorism and extremism in a number of countries on our continent, but more especially in our region, and in particular supporting our neighboring country, Mozambique, in the northern part of that country. It is critical that this situation is resolved with urgency so that those who have been displaced will be able to return to their homes and that their livelihoods should be restored as well, and that there should be a process of reconstruction that will support their livelihoods going forward. As African countries, we are also playing our part in supporting peace-building efforts in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, where conflict in the country's east continues to cause untold hardship and destruction. The achievement of the Africa we want, as articulated in the African Union's Agenda 2063, requires that we reaffirm our commitment to multilateralism and the strengthening of institutions of global governance. As South Africa and Namibia, we reaffirm our calls for the reform of the United Nations, particularly the Security Council, and for reform of the entire global financial architecture. As progressive internationalists, we are united behind the cause of the people of Western Sahara and their quest for self-determination. We reiterate the importance of the declaration and commitments of the SADC Solidarity Conference with Western Sahara that we co-hosted in March of 2019. We must ensure that these are fully implemented. It is disheartening that most UN resolutions on the referendum for Western Sahara are not being implemented. Now more than ever, we need institutions of global governance that are responsive, progressive, and representative. As I conclude, let me extend our congratulations to you, Your Excellency, and our gratitude for having led our region during your chairship of the SADC Troika. You chaired the SADC Troika with great diligence and great fortitude, in a time when our region has had to deal with a number of challenges. We spent time also reflecting on the peace and security issues in our region. Our regional efforts are bearing fruits in northern Mozambique, and we hope that peace is sustained for development to take place in that area. The people of the Democratic